Hello and welcome, I'm Tavleen and you're watching me on Wisdom. And today what I'm discussing is going to be surely of great interest to you. It is 3 things that you must avoid if you want your content to get shared the most. Before I get started, let me take you down the imagination road. Think of yourself sitting in a restaurant. You're really hungry, so you order food. It comes and you eat. But the manager is strangely kind to you. He comes up and he says that, "Sir, but I've got about 5 chefs with me and they are really good at their craft. They're going to serve you amazing dishes. Why don't you allow them?" You're like, "Well, why not? You have your plate already full, but you don't really mind the kind gesture." He sends in those 5 chefs and they start cooking. Dish after dish, meal after meal, it comes onto your table. You are beginning to get full, but you still try. After a point, you really cannot have even one more bite of food inside your stomach, so you retaliate. Now, this is called food shock. The analogy of this is happening in the web world today everywhere. It's called a content shock. I'm borrowing this term from Mark Schaefer, the author of the book Content Code. So what is content shock? Well, you, me and everyone else in the web world are producing content at an enormous rate, but we're limited by our human capacity to consume content. The supply is setting new records every day, but the demand can. So content code is Mark Schaefer's way of proofing against the bullet called content shock. So now let me share with you 3 things that you must avoid if you want to get your content shared the most. Let's get started, shall we? Number 1, stop publishing what's boring. Now look at your pair of jeans and ask yourself, why do you spend so much time figuring out the right fit, the right style, the right brand? You don't just wear jeans to cover your bum for the least amount of money, but you do that because it makes a statement about you. Well, that's very similar to why people share content. It's because it makes them feel cool, funny, smart, geeky. So just as you spend time choosing the right fit of jeans for yourself, spend time choosing the right pieces of content that represent you. Number 2, stop being me too, aim for only we. Now to explain you this better, let me quickly take you to the farms. Well, this example is from the book. Chipotle Mexican Grill published a video and it went absolutely viral. Do you know why? Because it did not produce just another Me Too video. It said, only we talk of sustainability and health. Only we talk of natural goodness in the world of processed food. There was also a parody made against the video, which said that the message is purely a manipulation. But as they say, that you do not fascinate anyone if you do not evoke a negative response from someone. So root for what makes you special, root for the only we in your story. And in the journey you may disappoint a few, but that's a part of the price that you pay, and that's in fact a good sign as well. Number 3, stop doing content without your personal spin to it. In this noisy and cluttered world, it's easy to feel lost in imitating others, and therefore the solution is give your personal spin to the content that you're doing. Schaefer states a very simple way of doing this. Pick up an existing piece of content or research and ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Did it inspire new ideas? And if there's a problem that I spotted with the research and its findings, or if there's something that I'm in disagreement with, let me give you a case in point. Mark Schaefer, the founder of the company River Pools and Spas, who built his company on the basis of a solid content strategy, says that there isn't any content shock. He says that demand will always find a way to match the supply, and that you may be inundated with content, you may be overloaded with information, but you will always find a way to search what's important to you. Well, that's his personal spin to the story and it works for him. As for me, the content shock is definitely coming. Do not produce what's average. Wear only the piece of jeans that fascinates you the most. Roots for only we and do not go for me too. And lastly, give your personal spins to the stories. Do not aim to delight the masses, you will fail. As Seth Godin says, build the smallest possible audience. Bernadette Jiva, the author of the book Meaningful, takes it a step further by saying speak only to one person. If you want ideas specific to your niche, do write in the comment box below. I'll be happy to respond. And do subscribe to my channel on YouTube. If there's a book that you want me to read, review and share insights with you on, do mention that as well. For now, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Thank you.